yeah. Yeah. Loving the vibe in the place, yeah. Feeling alive, it's amazing. 365 and I'm still, yeah. So I'm gonna enjoy the life I live. Loving the vibe in the place, yeah. Feeling alive, it's amazing. 365 and I'm still, yeah. So I'm gonna enjoy the life I live, yeah. Could've been gone, could've left out. So I'ma sip strong, puff my chest out. Living my life to the best now. Everything good, yeah, we just fine. So let we take a chest away. Thank God that He give more yes to we. More money, cause the life that we live not free, yeah. No bad energy. Loving the vibe in the place, yeah. Feeling alive, it's amazing. 365 and I'm still, yeah. So I'm gonna enjoy the life I live. Loving the vibe in the place, yeah. Feeling alive, it's amazing. 365 and I'm still, yeah. So I'm gonna enjoy the life I live, yeah. We liming, reclining. Things alright, so we smiling. The girl them cute and we like it. And the love we, so it's niceness. So let we take a chance to we. Thank God that He give more yes to we. More money, cause the life that we live not free. No bad energy. Loving the vibe in the place, yeah. Feeling alive, it's amazing. 365 and I'm still, yeah. So I'm gonna enjoy the life I live. Loving the vibe in the place, yeah. Feeling alive, it's amazing. 365 and I'm still, yeah. So I'm gonna enjoy the life I live, yeah.
No me conoces, no te conté nunca el porqué. Estaba vacío, falto de fe. Ahora estoy solo, así puedo equivocarme. Pray for me, solo intento estar presente. Solo intento estar presente. Cuando mi luz deja de brillar, esa oscuridad me aprieta fuerte. Voy a full gas, sin parar. Los problemas internos no los suelo mirar, pensando que puedo escapar. Ahora estoy solo, puedo equivocarme de algún modo. Con miedo a confiarme. Pray for me, solo intento estar presente. Oh, pray for me, solo intento estar presente. si me muero, por si me muero, memorias a fuego, lo primero, lo primero. VIP, crew, chick, chick, salud, sipping with you, trabajamos para darle luz, celebramos ahora, ha sido malo, no es bueno, me siento como Magic, entro, juego, no miro el reloj, hoy no tengo límite en mi bro, vengo, spendo, no miro cuánto costó, no baby, I don't know, la noche cae pero yo no, ahora mismo todo está bien, no me vengas a joder, estoy bebiendo con my friends, celebremos with success, ahora mismo está todo bien, no me vengas a joder, estoy bebiendo con my friends, celebramos with success, high self-esteem, you know what I mean, lo hago por mí, ahora me toca a mí, I feel free, venga dale, feeling free, venga dale, feeling free, feeling free, entro, juego, no miro el reloj, hoy no tengo límite en mi bro, vengo, spendo, no miro cuánto costó, no baby, I don't know, la noche cae pero yo no, ahora mismo todo está bien, no me vengas a joder, estoy bebiendo con my friends, celebramos with success, ahora mismo está todo bien, no me vengas a joder, estoy bebiendo con my friends, celebramos with success.
Hello and welcome to the majestic city of Milan. It's one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, with the Duomo di Milano, Parco Sempione, and now it's got for the second time the magnificent grand final of the MotoGP Esports Global Series. And we're going to light it up with more MotoGP Esport excitement than ever before, with everything still to play for in 2025.
It all comes down to this. We're back and we are live from Milan Games Week, where we are expecting around 200,000 visitors to come through the doors over the weekend to share in a fantastic atmosphere. Last year did not disappoint, with an incredible season finale seeing Jack Hammer come from behind in the standings to claim the crown with 3 wins on the bounce.
Welcome everyone to the final round of the MotoGP Esport Global Series. As you can see, we're live here in Milan. We've got our fans with us, we've got our riders ready, and the excitement is palpable. My name is Conor Doherty, and I'm here to enjoy it all with you alongside Chris Jordan.
A pleasure to be here.
And our 3-time MotoGP Esport World Champion.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you here with us. And just a reminder to you, wherever you're watching from, make sure you join the conversation, get in touch with us on social media, use the hashtag MotoGPeSport, because there's so much for us to talk about ahead of this 2025 Global Series final. So it's a pleasure and it's a privilege, Tras, to have you here with us. You're the only one who really knows what it's like to be up on that stage. Can you just tell us what it's like?
Yeah, it's a great emotion for sure. No, now this time I'm from the other side of the show, so it's a different emotion. But I like since I was young to comment race, so will be crazy, will be fun. So let's see.
Yeah, as you said there, it's the other side of proceedings, so it's going to be absolutely incredible to see what it's like. We can have a look at exactly what happened in your career. 3 World Championships. Tell us a bit about it.
Great memories, great memories. Here in 2017, I won my first title. No, I will always carry in my heart this emotion and unforgettable. And yes, then in 2018, the second time world champion with Ducati. I had the opportunity also to meet a lot of riders that I was my idol, no? And yes, here all fire inside me. And it was more difficult this championship because of this, I had to reconfirm myself, no? And it was not easy. But yeah, here 2 times world champion, no? Crazy. And here
this is when you moved to Yamaha, right?
Yeah, in 2019 with Mother Yamaha, Monster Energy, Lynn Jarvis here, Valentino Rossi and Maverick Viñales. Was a memory that unbelievable there, no? I was dreaming, and here the last championship in 2021, my most difficult championship, I think, because I was not the fastest on the track, but with the mental skills, I think I bring home the championship under contract with Yamaha. I grew up a lot with them, so I'm really grateful for it. And yes, amazing. 3 BMW here, the third one.
We saw you there speaking with one of the biggest names in the history of motorsport and, of course, MotoGP, Valentino Rossi. What did he tell you?
There to stay calm, no? Calm, that I deserved it, that moment. Yes, he is like you feel in TV, in television, no? So he's clear person with a great charisma, and so it was a dream for me.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
him.
It's very good advice as well. Now let's take a look at exactly what happened in round 2 and take a look at the state of play as well as we come into the grand final here in Milan.
The highly anticipated Global Series Round 2 was the second of 2 virtual events this year before we arrived here at our live in-person finale at Milan Games Week. The stunning Italian city once again plays host to the finale as we look to crown this year's MotoGPeSport champion.
The 3-lap Tissot sprint was a straightforward success for Davide Turrisi, who led from the front. Global Series rookie Julito Campion pushed him all the way with a superb second place, and Piero Ricciuti took a hard-fought third.
Race 3 was also a classic, beginning with a tight 5-way tussle between Turrisi, Adrian, Ricciuti, Cristian and Julito Campion. The contest was then turned on its head 5 laps in when the rain began to fall.
All of the lead group pitted to change to wet tyres, while Jackhammer risked everything on slicks in the final 2 laps in worsening conditions. It looked like a masterstroke, right up until exiting the final corner as Davide Turrisi and Cristian reeled him in before overtaking the reigning champion on the run to the finish line.
Race 4 in Portimao saw the return of Daniele Aloi to form. Aloi 11th in race 3. The Italian capitalised on a rare mistake from Turrisi, who crashed out of the lead mid-race. From there, he completed the race ahead of Jackhammer and Cristian, with Turrisi finishing in 5th.
As a result of the round 2 excitement, Davide Turrisi extends his advantage by 29 points, with Jackhammer now second. Daniele Aloi remains third. 34 points back sits Piero Ricciuti, who drops to 4th, 35 points in arrears.
So after all of this year's action so far, we are set for an incredible finale here in Milan. So sit back, relax and enjoy the show.
And when we talk about sitting back and relaxing, we've got an absolutely full room of fans here. Everyone waiting for things to get underway in the grand final here in 2025. And it's a wonderful thing to see so many people here, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The place is packed to the rafters. We said there were going to be a lot of people coming through the doors for Milan Games Week. Many of them clearly here to watch 11 of the very best riders in the world go toe-to-toe for glory in 2025.
Yeah, and I mean, at this stage, the grand final, it's up for grabs here. Anyone can win, and that's what makes it all the more exciting. It's going to be absolutely fantastic to see what happens here. We've got 3 fantastic races, and what makes it doubly interesting is, of course, the fact that here in the grand final, we see double points on offer. So as we can see there with the sprint, 25 points for first, for second, 20, and for third, 16. So there's really an opportunity for anyone to close that gap currently with Daniele Turrisi leading. Then we can see the race points there with 50 for a win, 40 for P2, and for P3, 32. So 125 points on offer here in the grand final here in Milan.
Absolutely, it's double the points, double the danger. It can switch, momentum can swing one way and another in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, we've seen the point system, so let's take a look at the heroes of the day, our class of 2025, the best MotoGP esports players in the world, and our reigning champion, of course, Jack Hammer, two-time champion. We've seen him do it before in the grand final, and he's been, well, incredible, especially here in Sepang in round 2, Chris.
Yeah, certainly the highlight of his season. It was to stay out on slick tyres as the rain bucketed down. But he stayed out and was also close to victory, only for Davide Teresi to come steaming past him out of the final corner. Trust, he is a two-time champion. He's chasing 3 to go level with you.
I hope no. If he will win the championship, I have to do the comeback next year, win the 4th title. No, he's one of the fastest, sure. 2 times world champion, he knows what to do, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see the man himself, Jack Hammer, presenting the new MotoGP eSport trophy there, leaving it for whoever might win this time around. Jack Hammer leaving it there to a rapturous round of applause.
Yeah, absolutely. Will he be the one to take it home again, or will we see a new contender emerge? Perhaps a new champion, Connor. One of the riders who we are going to keep a keen eye on this today, even not even this weekend, in this session, is Daniele Aloi. He goes from pole position in one of the races as well.
Yeah, he had a bit of a slow start, maybe we could say this year, because last year he won 3 races on the bounce in our season opener. But he did get a win last time out, and that could position him in a perfect place to really seize this opportunity by the scruff of the neck.
Absolutely, he's the factory Ducati rider, and of course Mugello is on the menu today. So will we see a repeat of what Marc Marquez did there in 2025?
Yeah, and let's take a look at one of our veterans now as well, Christian. He's been with us all the way back in 2017, really has the story of MotoGP esports in his blood, and he's been absolutely fantastic so far in this campaign as well, hasn't he, Chris? Especially in our last round.
Yeah, superb. Double podium in race 3 and 4, and he is hitting form at the right time. He's a little bit lower down on the rankings as things stand, but with double points up for grabs, anything is possible, and we could see him make a charge, not just for the podium, but for the title.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fascinating to see what he's capable of doing here. Another veteran, Piero Ricciuti, is someone that we've all got to keep an eye on as well, especially after that fantastic win at Kota.
Yes, he was absolutely perfect in one of the most demanding circuits on the calendar, and that is, of course, the Circuit of the Americas, where he went from P1 on the grid to P1 on the rostrum. Ricciuti very much in contention for glory here, the LCR Honda rider. Yeah, he's really in with a chance here. And another rider who I'm going to be very looking forward to see is X-Rock, our Thai rider on that Trackhouse machine. What's he going to be able to do, Chris? He's got to be looking for that first podium, doesn't he? Absolutely. Big opportunity for our Thai rider, representing one of 2 riders from Southeast Asia on the grid. A P6, the best result, as he gives a little wave to the camera there for all of his fans. He does have a big support. So podium is an opportunity for him to show what he is made of ahead of next season. Yeah, absolutely. Another rider who I'm still expecting to see the best of here in Milan is Ilgalina Davi. We're in Milan here with the pressure. He's got to be able to meet it, doesn't he? Absolutely. We've seen glimpses of what he can do aboard that bike, aboard that KTM, particularly in that Jerez sprint, picking up a season best result of P5. However, since then, he hasn't quite shown his full capabilities. So today, under the pressure, in the spotlight, are we going to see the best of the Tech 3 rider? Let's move on now to talk about a rookie who I think's taken the entire MotoGP esport world by storm. Trast, did you expect a rookie to come in and perform like this?
I think, yes, he's really, really fast. Maybe it was a little bit unlucky this year, but he's fast. And for me, my advice to be calm and do the maximum, no? He not nothing to lose. So enjoy the present and, yes, and try to do the best.
He's a bit of a sprint specialist as well, isn't he, Chris?
On the podium in both sprints so far. You took the words right out of my mouth. So very much one to watch as the Aragon Sprint. Another rider to watch, another up-and-comer aboard the Pramac Yamaha, Flavio Baldacci, Connor.
Yeah, Flavio's been incredible this year, and I think he's really taken a step up from his rookie season as well. He performed well in 2024, but we've seen maybe a different mental edge to his performances in 2025.
Absolutely, you can see him there with his mascot, SpongeBob SquarePants, bringing him some good luck today, he will hope.
Yeah, of course, it's actually also on his helmet as well, so that's really something for all of us to watch out for. SpongeBob on the grid.
I know, and let's move from one yellow to another yellow. The VR46 rider coming from Indonesia, Deepo Akbar, who has shown incredible pace as he gives us the Aura Boat Boy celebration. Will we see that later? He's already got a podium to his name this season, coming back at Silverstone in race 1. And if that was a P3, we have seen him in and around the battle for silverware throughout the Global Series so far. Expect him to challenge again.
Yeah, especially with those double points on offer as well. Another rider who I think we can never take our eyes off is Adrian, one rider that you've had your eyes on since back in 2017.
Yeah, little times, few times. Yes, he's one of the fastest, my rival, no? Great respect. Yeah, sometimes we had up and downs with our relationship, but it's normal. Italian and Spanish, you know, this rivalry. Yes, for sure, this will be there. He will be there for a fight for the win this year, this time.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been incredibly fast over the course of this 2025 campaign, hasn't he?
Yeah, superb. One of the veterans of the class with 13 race wins. We haven't seen him on the top step just yet in 2025. But a rider we have seen on the top step a couple of times, Connor, Davide Torrisi.
Yeah, Torrisi has been absolutely sensational this year. So far, he really has made his mark. 4 wins from a possible 6 so far. It's been absolutely incredible. And I think you could argue a bit of a surprise package because he came out of the blocks there in our opening round and just stormed to the top of the charts.
Yeah, he's really taken that step up this year aboard the factory Aprilia. Just to give you a little idea of how much of a step up he has taken, he had 1 pole position to his name, which came back in 2024, and this year he has got 4 to his name. He's also got 4 race wins, a podium, a little bit of a mishap back in Portimao when he was leading the race, but he still recovered to take a good point scoring finish, and that could end up being the difference at the end of the day.
Yeah, as you mentioned there, he's been fantastic in qualifying as well. And now it's time to present the TISO Pole Award to the rider who got the most pole positions over the course of 2025. And it is our co-commentator Trust who is presenting it. It was a tense affair, went right down to the wire. And we'll see just how it goes here in Mugello later. But it was Davide Torrisi who claims the much coveted prize, a fantastic TISO watch. And well-deserved, you have to say as well, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. It did go down to the wire. He's on pole in Mugello, and that was the one that delivered him that ever so coveted TISO watch. So let's just remind ourselves of the state of play before the 3 races today. Davide Torrisi is our championship leader on 101 points. He holds a 29-point advantage over Gresini's Jack Hammer, the defending 2-time champion. Then it is the factory Ducati Daniele Eloy in 3rd position, 34 points behind, and it gets even tighter behind him. Piero Rasciuti, 66 points, and looking for some glory here in the season finale. In 5th place is Christian on the Red Bull KTM factory racing machine. 6th, Julito Campion, our rookie. Adrian, the 2-time champion, in 7th. Deepo Akbar, 8th. Flavio Baldacci, 9th. Exor Rock, 10th. And Galina Davi in 11th, all of whom are still in with the chance of glory.
So we're just about ready to go racing for the first time here in Milan. It's, as ever, a TISO sprint, and it's in Aragon, one of my favourite circuits personally. It's a circuit where, Trust, you've done phenomenally well. We've only been there twice, and you're on the top step of the podium both times.
Yeah, I won 2 times. It's not my favorite track, but I like it. Let's see, because it's very difficult. It will be crucial the first 2 laps and the start, because it's really difficult to overtake there. So let's see.
It is an anti-clockwise circuit as well, Motorland. How much of a difference does that make to riders?
I think that you must exit fast from the back straight, no? Take the slipstream and try to overtake there, but you must be precise because it's a very tight track, no? So the precision now is the key.
So ahead of the race, let's take a look at the circuit in Aragon.
So 3 laps in the Tissot Sprint await us here at Motorland Aragon. It is a staple of the motorsports calendar, which first appeared on the MotoGP calendar back in 2010. 17 turns, 10 of those, as we mentioned, are left, 7 right. It is the 3rd appearance it makes on the Esports Championship. Previously hosted 2018 semi-final, and then of course race 4 in 2019. The key spots here: turn 1, turn 7, turn 14 and 15, and of course the reverse corkscrews at turns 8 and 9 if the riders are feeling brave.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most interesting circuits, I think. And it could go anywhere. We've seen, of course, earlier in MotoGP this year, Marc Marquez winning in 2025. So, with all said and done so far, it's time to go racing for the first time in the Tissot Sprint in Aragon.
So just moments away now from the all-important Tissot Sprint, and it is Daniele Aloy who is going to start on pole position. We remind you, the Ducati rider. We've seen a few Ducatis do the business in Aragon down through the years. Will another classic await us? Of course, Tras has a couple of wins there as well. We look back at the Ducati riders who have won there. Pecco Bagnaia, Marc Marquez have all done the business. Are we going to see Daniele Aloy convert P1 into P1?
It could well be the case. What advice would you give our riders here before we get started with the first race?
To remain calm and breathing deep. This is I think the right advice. And also try to look your best start in your mind and try to let it be.
Yeah, and we can see now the focus on the riders' faces here as we scan across the grid. Just some last-minute deep breaths being taken in here before we get underway. Flavio looking very calm and relaxed, ready to have a little bit of fun out there. Julito Campion.
Not so much, I think. Not so not so relaxed.
So.
You've got to lock in at this point, don't you? I mean, we're about to get underway in the most exciting moment of the year, the grand final here in Milan. We're surrounded by fans. The tension is really, really notable. So I think with that, as the tension builds, it's time to go racing in Aragon.
So, as we mentioned, it's Daniele Aloy starting on pole position alongside championship leader Davide Turrisi. Outside of the front row is another front runner, Piero Rasciuti on that LCR Honda. Look at this second row though, Connor. Adrian is in there, Jack Hammer is in there, 4 world titles between them.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at 11 of the very, very best in the world in MotoGP esports here on this Aragon grid. And it could go any way. Thibaut Akbar there, another one to watch. It's going to be fascinating to see what he's able to do as well. He's obviously going to have it a bit more difficult if he's starting further back. And Julito Campion as well there in P9, our rookie.
Yeah, our sprint specialist starts on the outside of the third row. Are we going to see the Yamaha rider charging through? It is very difficult to get that. Well, as you mentioned, Tras, it's very difficult around here, but the first few laps are so important, and we're just about ready to go. Lights out here in Motorland Aragon, and we are off racing. It's a perfect start from Daniele Aloy. Is he going to keep the whole shot? He does, despite the wheelie off the line. Piero Rasciuti has slotted into second, but not for long, because Turrisi fights back at turn 1.
Yeah, an absolutely incredible start from Daniele Aloy, and he's already making headway there. Absolutely phenomenal. There goes Thibaut Akbar. He's going side by side with Jack Hammer there. They're so tight here in these opening exchanges in Sector 1, Chris.
It is so tight, as we see
Jack
Hammer bunted out wide, and that's Galina Davi who has gone down in the background. But it is Daniele Aloy leading the Ducati rider over Aprilia's Davide Turrisi. A reminder, Turrisi is our championship leader here, but all these riders around him will want to reel in that gap that he holds atop the championship standings. Look at the focus on the faces of the top 2.
Yeah, as we go down the corkscrew there, Daniele Aloy leading now, and it looks like Piero Rasciuti might be getting close enough to make a move on Turrisi. Not quite, but all these riders are still so close. There's absolutely nothing that separates them on this opening lap. We're with Turrisi now on the Aprilia machine as he edges closer and closer to Daniele Aloy. Not quite close enough though.
Nothing going for him here yet. Christian just behind the number 26 of Adrian. Adrian showing us the onboard view as Ricciuti looks like he was trying to fire a move up the inside there, but didn't quite go to plan for the Italian, and that has put him in the vices of Adrian in P4.
Yeah, Adrian looked very, very close to making a move there. Wasn't quite able to do it, but there's still plenty of time. Still over 2 laps to go here.
Ooh. So as we can see, very tight racing. Trust, if you've been a world champion 3 times, Davide Turrisi is chasing his very first one as we clock off the opening lap of the sprint. What would you advise Turrisi to do here? Do you tell him sit in for second or go for broke and win?
Yeah, he has to remain calm now there and watch the situation, and the attack is not sense now, so he has to remain there. And Piero Ricciuti has to risk more, no? Now, so let's see. I'm feeling the pressure, so yeah.
Yes, we are nervous here. We're on the edge of our seats. I can only imagine how our riders are feeling. But Piero Ricciuti, he's got to go for broke here if he wants to reel in Turrisi. Finishing behind his Italian compatriot is not going to win him the title, but he will be on the podium, but he's got to make a move here, Connor.
Yeah, absolutely. Still just a second separating our top 4. Absolutely incredible stuff.
And there it is. There's the move from Ricciuti to go into second place. We hear some shouts from the crowd celebrating the move from the LCR Honda rider, and Turrisi is in P3. How long will that remain the situation, though? Does Ricciuti have the pace to break away and catch Aloe, or Turrisi going to fight back and catch him? Adrian is very much in the conversation as we come around the iconic Aragon wall.
Yeah, absolutely. Christian, though, we just saw still close enough to be involved in this battle at the front, but absolutely sensational stuff. Turrisi now in P3. Ricciuti's going to be looking for more.
He absolutely is. Ricciuti then is chasing down Daniele Aloe, our pole sitter here. How do you see this one going, Trust?
He's pushing a lot. For me, they will arrive in the final corner, in the last back straight. Piero Ricciuti, for me, will catch Daniele.
And as we can see there, the rider standings live, just 21 points would separate if it's finished like this. Daniele Aloe from Davide Turrisi. That gap coming down as we see the riders go through here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Adrian then to focus there very briefly, and in fact we're on board now with the 26 of the HRC machine. He is in 4th position. Is he going to mount a late assault on the podium here? Just at the back, our sprint specialist Julito Campion is in 7th behind the defending 2-time champion Grissini's Jackhammer. Nothing quite going for them just yet here in Motorland, but can they pull out some magic in this final lap?
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to see Julito Campion as well, going toe-to-toe with our reigning champion, Jackhammer. This is absolutely sensational stuff. Further back as well, we just saw him there, maybe going for a lunge, and Extra Rock has now crashed. That's going to be so frustrating for the Thai rider at Trackhouse.
Here we go then, we're into the grandstand finale, and Daniele Aloe has been perfect from pole so far. He's got about 0.3 of a second over Piero Ricciuti. Can the Italian claw back that gap? What about Davide Turrisi? We're currently on for an all-Italian lockout of the podium in the sprint here in Milan.
Yeah, absolutely incredible stuff. It's all coming down to this. We're going to go into the final sector with everything still up for grabs. We are with Daniele Aloe now. He's still leading. Is Piero Ricciuti close enough?
Is he going to get into the slipstream and attack at 16? Turn 16, is this going to be his last opportunity? It looks like Aloe's got him covered. He's gone defensive. Aloe has got this one covered, surely. But Piero Ricciuti is gaining. He's gaining. With just a couple of metres left, it's going to be Daniele Aloe who takes the win. Piero Ricciuti in 2nd.
And Davide Turrisi finishes in 3rd, but what a result for Daniele Aloe in Ducati. Now he's smiling, and we can see the applause from the fans as well from that front row watching on. What an incredible performance from Daniele Aloe. And we just saw then Extra Rock coming on over the line in last. But what a performance from Daniele Aloe from pole to P1. We've seen it before at Kota with Piero Ricciuti. This time around it was Daniele Aloe who sealed the top spot on the podium.
Yes, he was all business in that one. Led every lap from pole position and takes a superb victory ahead of Piero Ricciuti. Then it's Davide Turrisi locking out the podium.
Yeah, absolutely incredible stuff. And as we said, the double points are really going to make a lot of difference here. That's 2 riders now, 2 riders who are both in contention for the MotoGP Esport 2025 World Championship, and two riders who've now narrowed the gap with Davide Teresi at the top.
Absolutely, it's gone from 29 points to 24, remaining in that gap between the top two riders. Davide Teresi still holds the advantage, a podium there, the bronze medal in the sprint in Aragon, far from a disaster. And, well, now time is running out for the other guys, isn't it, Trust?
Yeah. He did a perfect race, no? But also Daniele Aloe got the whole shot and he remained focused all the race. So clean race. I liked a lot, but I felt a lot of the pressure. So yes.
Yeah,
Good race.
A sensational performance right from the start, wasn't it, Chris? I mean, we could see that perfect start as well now.
Yeah, we have the highlights on screen here. This was the whole shot from Daniele Lowe. He had a bit of a wheelie off the line, but it didn't affect him too much as he then opened up about 5-6 bike lengths when we see Deepo Akbar firing up the inside of Jack Hammer there. But Davide Teresi was running in second place as Piero Rusciuti hunted him down for P2. We'll see the move coming up very shortly. Adrian holding on to fourth place. Just couldn't go with the top three.
Yeah, but it was in the battle, I think, and that was the most important thing.
Here.
There's the move on the inside. Piero Rusciuti just moving through there on Davide Teresi. Absolutely incredible. Again, a move that you would love to make as well, I'm sure, Josh.
Yeah, I like this move, no? Also, in that point, you had to have a great grip in the rear tires.
Yeah.
No? So also the setup is very important here. And Piero did a great race.
And there it is, Daniele Aloe with the win. He draws first blood here in Milan Games Week, and that could prove to be so important, couldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. First blood here, he's got the momentum, and momentum could be everything here. We saw it in 2024 when Jack Hammer came into this one, did the clean sweep, and walked away with the big prize.
So let's take a look at the championship standings now. Davide Teresi still leads with 117 points. Daniele Aloe now 25 points behind, and then in third is currently Piero Rusciuti, 31 points to make up, and that could happen in a single race here. In P4 it's currently Jack Hammer. In P5 Christian, 6th is Julito Campion. Adrian is currently 7th. Deepo Akbar is 8th. Fabio Baldacci is 9th. In P10 it's Exarock, and in 11th Il Galdina Davi. But all of that could change at any point over the course of the two races that we still have to enjoy here in Milan, Chris.
Yeah, still 100 points up on offer here with the two full-length races up next. Visits to Le Mans and Mugello, two of the most iconic racing destinations. But let's take a look at that one more time, because it's Davide Teresi who now only has a 25-point advantage. Daniele Aloe has moved from P3 into P2. Jack Hammer slipping from second to fourth, the Brit. So the Brit will be hoping for a little bit more in the next races to bring himself back into the podium battle.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack Hammer not going the direction that he would have wanted to at all in this opening race, and it means that his run of winning in the grand final has come to an end. Of course, last year, if we cast our minds back, he did win all three of our races here in Milan at the grand final, and that was enough to earn him his second World Championship title. Trust, is it more difficult to defend a title than to win it for the first time?
I think to defend. To defend is more difficult because you feel more the pressure now when you have to win for the first time. You are there that you want it. But in general, yes, in both situations are difficult. Yeah, not easy.
Not easy at all, but I don't think it's easy for
anything is easy now.
Yeah, it's going to be incredibly fascinating to see exactly what happens with what left. Of course, we've had our sprint, but there's still 100 points on offer in the two races that we still have to come here in Milan at Le Mans, and of course in the beautiful Mugello. We're in for a real treat, I think. Le Mans coming up next. It's always delivering, isn't it? I mean, in MotoGP we saw Johan Zarco delivering in style, and I'm sure we're going to get just as much excitement, if not more, in MotoGP Esports in 2025, Chris.
Yeah, it is just one of those iconic racing destinations that every MotoGP and motorsports fan wants to visit, whether it's MotoGP or something with four wheels. Even in the Esports Championship, it makes for a classic destination. Now, one thing I wanted to point out there, because we are well and truly up and running here in Milan, Daniele Aloe with the victory, but body language for every top athlete is important, and Daniele did not celebrate that over the top. It looks like he is here with one thing on his mind.
Yeah, you've got to be calm, you've got to be collected. I think you've been saying that.
Yes, you have to remain calm and keep your mind focused and try to do your best and your mind and not focus on the outside. Yeah.
And do you think having won the first race and now that's 2 races in a row that Daniele Aloe has won after winning our last race in round 2, so he's in a real run of form. How important is that as well, like mentally? You've won now.
It's really important. It's really important because you are more confident, but you not have to excess this confidence. So remain always calm and focused. But sure, it help you a lot to have more confidence.
Absolutely, be confident. So with that said, let's take a look at the circuit of Le Mans and what our gamers are going to be dealing with.
So let's take a look at Le Mans, as Connor says, and it is the second time we've been to the iconic French circuit, and what a destination it is. Home to so many incredible races throughout the years. Petrucci in the wet a few years ago, and as Connor mentioned, Zarco in 2025, of course, becoming first French winner in over 70 years. And now the MotoGPeSport Grand Finale are set to take to its hallowed turf. The key points to look out for here: Dunlop chicane at turns 2 and 3, Garage Vert at turn 6, and of course, Recordamon, the final corner, where we have seen so many races decided in years gone by. You can see there just some of the harder braking points as well. So Le Mans, as we have mentioned and mentioned and mentioned again and again and again, it is just an iconic racing circuit. And Trust, you have some good memories at Le Mans.
Yes, I won. I won a few times. I like it's same to Aragon. It's a tight track. You must be precise on the brake. It's difficult to overtake, but there are different lines that you can do. So the start will be very crucial also there, and we will see a lot of overtakes in the first lap. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. So with that said, we've heard from our expert, and let's go racing the heart of French motorsport. It is, of course, Le Mans. It's the beating heart of French motorsport. It can be nowhere else other than Le Mans. There's usually 300,000 people watching on, and this time as well here in Milan, we've got loads of fans here as we get ready for our Race 5 of the Global Series.
Yeah, we saw it was Piero Risciuti who is starting from pole position there. A pretty blockbuster front row. Daniele Aloe there, P2. Adriano, 2-time world champion as well, starting on the front row. Risciuti has already converted 1 pole position into a victory back at Cota. Can he do the same here and really take flight in his title tilt?
Yeah, he's got to try and replicate that form from Cota, but we also saw an incredible performance from him in Aragon. That move on to Risi to secure P2 could prove to be so important as we get ready to race here in France.
Just about ready to go then. 8 laps of fun await us here. The lights are on, they're about to go out, and we are racing. Daniele Aloe with another superb start, gets himself ahead of Adrian. Will he get the whole shot? It's Risciuti, but from the second row, it's Davide Torrisi who takes the lead.
What a move there from Davide Torrisi, and exactly as you predicted, Trust, we are seeing a lot of moments here on the opening lap as we go through the Dunlop chicane. We're currently with Adrian, who sits in P6, but this has been absolutely incredible. How exciting. What a start to this race in Le Mans.
That is the stuff that makes champions. Against adversity on the second row with quality in front of him, he has flown out of the blocks and got himself ahead. Jack Hammer is in second, the 2-time defending champion. We have contact, and he's pushed back down to 4th at the expense of Risciuti and Aloe. It is all action here in France.
Yeah, Risciuti once again delivering with an incredible move on the inside there, but he's gone wide now, and Daniele Aloe can take advantage. Jack Hammer as well now moves into P3, but Risciuti fights back. He goes side by side with Jack Hammer. Jack Hammer still very much in this. Who's going to break latest? It is still Torrisi who leads, and both Aloe and Risciuti go a bit wide there. Torrisi on the Aprilia, still just pulling away.
Yeah, Risciuti trying to thread the needle of an eye there. He's got himself into 3rd position. Jack Hammer looked like the door had opened for him momentarily, but Aloe and Risciuti both getting back on track, but all of this is playing into the hands of our championship leader, Davide Turrisi. What a start, and look at the advantage he has now as we clock off the opening lap.
Yeah, that was an absolutely phenomenal first lap, wasn't it? And there goes Risciuti on a low way. What a move there as we approach the Dunlop chicane. Pierre Risciuti moves into P2 at Daniele Aloi's expense. And there's still more contact between these two Italians. The drama is building, Just.
I don't not have words. Crazy, it's crazy this race. As I predicted, yes, a lot of overtakes, and now Pierre is on fire, Daniela also. And Davide now has to demonstrate, to be world champion, has to stay there, do the pace and try to win this race. But Piero is there, won't win. So will be interesting. Let's see.
We'll see. We've still got plenty of laps to enjoy. About 5.5 for us to indulge in here in France. Risciuti now just pulling away a bit from Daniele Aloy, it seems. Adrian currently in P4, looking to catch up with this leading group in the opening exchanges here in France.
Yeah, we saw Adrian sit into P4 in the sprint. He will not want another P4 on his record. He will at least want to be on the podium here. And wow, what a start to this race. It has left our 3-time world champion, Trast, speechless. And I have to say, it's probably the first time all weekend we've seen you speechless, Trast. However, it's for a very good reason. Davide Turrisi is leading, but look at the group forming behind him. Piero Risciuti and Daniele Aloy leading 4 world titles. Adrian and Jack Hammer. Christian is in the mix as well. It is all to play for.
Absolutely all to play for, and of course for 50 points as well. That is enough to turn this championship on its head. This could go any way here now. Davide Turrisi still leads, and he's doing well to maintain his calm as we come down after the chicane there. Risciuti now in P2, followed by Daniele Aloy, and that gap does seem like it's growing with Turrisi.
Yeah, with this battle going on behind and all this chopping and changing, it's not allowing the riders to really establish a rhythm, which is super important in these longer races, Trust.
Yes, and as we can see also there are different lines that they can do also in the last corner. So with different riding style they are there, and this is really beautiful for the show. Now let's see, because the weather is unpredictable, no? How to say? So let's see.
It's always unpredictable in the north of Europe. In France, of course, we see it all the time. It can change at any moment in Le Mans. We are with Christian now, who has managed to fight his way into this battle here. He's just behind Adrian there, and it is a real cue now for a move on Pierre Risciuti, who had a bit of a moment there.
Absolutely, yeah. It is very easy to go wrong around Le Mans. It is a demanding circuit. You need to be picture perfect. That's why these are the 11 best gamers in the world joining us here in Milan this weekend on Friday. But wow, what a race this has been. They are treating us to a real show.
It seems that I watched rain, now,
Yeah, I think as well we saw a few drops of rain.
It's raining, guys. It's raining in Le Mans. We said it was unpredictable, and now it is raining. It's a flag to flag with 4 laps remaining.
Flag to flag. Are we going to see any of the drama that we saw in our previous flag to flag race in Sepang? Is anyone going to go into pits here?
Yeah, it's going to be a case of follow the leader, I think. Turrisi does have an advantage, but how much of an advantage will he have as he comes through the second sector, and by the time pit lane is there? Jack Hammer bravely fires a move up the inside of Adrian. Well, that is a brave move to pull off. It has to be said, brilliantly done in the rain of all things. Wow, it is going to bunch up here now as we're going through. Shimano Buff, S Bleu up next. Whoa, are we going to see any changes? Who is going to go in? We have another change in that battle between Adrian and Jack Hammer. It looked like Adrian was firing one up the inside.
Yeah, a battle between 2 of our veterans, a battle between our 2 world champions on the grid there, and we're now with Risciuti as he looks to hunt down Davide Turrisi. It did at one point look like Turrisi was going to pull away. He did get the fast lap early on, but it's still Pierre Risciuti with a chance there.
Yeah, they've all opted to stay out here. We said it was going to be follow the leader, and the leader has stayed out as has everybody else, it looks like, except for Flavio Baldacci,
Oh,
who's
he's
at
rolled the
back,
dice.
who's gone in. He is going to roll the dice. Let's see how the weather goes here, because it could be a master stroke yet from Baldacci if conditions get worse. That's Jackhammer there, firing one back up the inside, side by side, the two world champions, and they touch. Adrian is toughing this one out, and he does have the inside line coming through 5 and 6.
Yeah, we saw Julito Campion as well there, just trying to make a move on Christian there. Whether he's going to make it or not, we'll have to see shortly. But this battle between Jackhammer and Christian is still giving. Jackhammer there just pulling on through, but he's gone wide as a consequence. Is he going to be able to pull it back in time? Not quite.
Yeah, he's lost a couple places as a result of that. It was an aggressive move. He needs to be aggressive to get himself back in the title fight. But unfortunately for the Brits, it just did not work out. But look at this from our top two in this race. They have been flawless so far, despite the rain.
With the rain coming down like this, what kind of decision? What's going through your mind? Are you thinking, do I need to go in?
120% of focus, and now different styles also we see, because maybe one rider is faster, no, than the other two, has more sensibility also with the rain, with the rear tire, with the traction control. So you can use also different maps with the electronic. Will be interesting. I see that Piero Ricciuti now is really hungry to.
Absolutely, yeah.
Davide. So let's see, like LSR in. No, I don't say nothing. No.
We also saw on the start-finish straight there, Daniele overtaking Adrian, but Julito Campion goes down. Our rookie. Oh,
You can visibly see how bad those conditions are. Il Galina Davi and Jackhammer have both opted to go in with just a lap and a half, 2 laps remaining here in Le Mans. Will that prove to be a master stroke? You can see conditions have gotten very bad here, and the pace is going to slow down significantly.
Yeah, this is where technique is going to be absolutely everything. As I just screamed over you there, Chris, the spray is just everywhere from the bikes. We can barely see on the screen because of all the raindrops as well. Adrian currently in P3 there, but this could change at any moment. Piero Ricciuti still in P2, and it is, despite all this drama, still Davide Teresi who is in the lead.
It's crazy to see this, because it's a different race, no? Because generally it's come to rain at 5th lap. So it's clear that for me they had to enter in the pit lane, but you have to watch what the first do, no? And so the first one has to be really brave to say no, okay, I go inside. And so yes, we will see this. Oh,
Ricciuti has gone in.
Did you expect
We were
that?
not expecting that.
No. For me, he had to do before. Now it's too late. But let's see.
And when we saw it paying off in Sepang earlier this year, Piero Ricciuti very much in contention there for a win, chasing down Davide Teresi. He has decided to swap bikes, taking full advantage of the flag-to-flag rules. It's a very bold decision. We'll have to wait and see whether it pays off.
Races are won on gambles, championships are won on risks as well. It's Davide Teresi, though, who has made the correct risk as things stand, the correct gamble, and calculated correctly. He is still leading this race. Adrian is now in second place with Daniele Eloy in third as a result of that. Clearly, the conditions are very difficult out there for our gamers. And our rider in second place, Piero Ricciuti, has opted to pit with 2 laps remaining.
Well, he's made the decision based on the information that he has. It must be becoming incredibly tough out there in Le Mans with all of this rain, this deluge that's pouring down. We're now with Deepa Wakbar, who has taken advantage of the situation to move into P5 on that VR46 machine. Incredible stuff from the Indonesian.
Yeah, the Indonesian rider, you can see there, full focus on his face. He's up in the strong point-scoring positions. Remember, he is not out of the podium battle at all, either in this race or the 2025 championship. And they're adopting a different type of line, shall we say, going through the corner there. So it is Teresi still with a comfortable advantage in this one, but for how long? Remember, he is still out on slick tyres. The likes of Ricciuti, Baldacci, Galina Davi and Jackhammer opted to switch to wets, but as of yet we haven't seen them come through the field.
We get so much drama when we have these flag to flag races in MotoGP Esports. As we begin our final lap, it is still Davide Turrisi who is leading. He got away from the beginning start so well, and now we are with Piero Ricciuti, who finds himself in P11 after having switched bikes. Is that going to be a decision he's made to rue?
Remember as well, he got himself into the top 3 of the championship standings. If it does not pay off here, he's going to lose big points. We said double the points and also double the danger. It's a double-edged sword, because if you win big. But if you lose, you are out of the running for all intents and purposes. Adrian, though, in a classy ride from a 2-time world champion, isn't it, Trask?
Yes, I want to say that it seems that they are going slow, slow. But the sensibility of this guy is crazy, and it's really difficult because the track is really slippery now. It's very slippery. So in the brake you have to control all of the bike, in the throttle also. So it's really difficult.
And you do say they're going slow, and look at this. Jackhammer has moved into 5th position with about half a lap remaining. Will he have enough? Will he get revenge on Davide Turrisi for Malaysia, who was pipped at the line by the Italian? Jackhammer is flying through here. He's going to get a podium. He's going to walk to the podium. Is he going to get the win? He's it to the end.
He's ahead of Daniele Aloe now. Jackhammer moves into a podium position. It's exactly the opposite of what happened in Sepang. This is absolutely incredible from Jackhammer. It could pay off for the Brit. Davide Turrisi still leading, but we've got so little left of this final lap.
The final corners, the Gresini rider's going to do it.
Is he going to be able to do it? This is going to go right down to the wire.
He's got it.
Oh my word, what a finish. Jackhammer on that Gresini machine, and you can see what it means to him. Double points, 50 for Jackhammer. And Piero Ricciuti, who did switch bikes but switched very late, finishes in P8. Absolutely sensational stuff. Another flag-to-flag race, delivering excitement from start to finish here in MotoGP Esports. Absolutely incredible, and you can see what it means to Jackhammer. Sheer relief, I think, knowing that gamble paid off.
They say revenge is a dish best served cold. What about in the West? Because Jackhammer has got revenge on Turrisi, the championship leader. That was even closer than Malaysia, but it was a carbon copy.
I almost didn't believe it was going to happen, but then just when we saw the edge of our camera shot, just Jackhammer moving through, initially on Daniele Aloe to move into the podium positions, and then suddenly, absolutely incredible stuff. The last possible moment, he overtakes for the win.
World champion move, no? It's like this, yes. He entered, I think, in the fifth lap, I think, no?
That was the key.
He understood the situation before the others. Great race, crazy race. Very congrats to Jack, yeah.
It was so exciting. I mean, I absolutely love it when we see a race like that. I think we can take a look at our race results then after an incredible race in Le Mans.
So there you have it, confirmation. Less than a 1/10 of a second between the Gresini rider Jackhammer and Davide Turrisi. Sensational stuff right until the end. And it was Adrian who completed the podium places from our race in Le Mans. I'm almost lost for words again. We'll have more confirmation then of the rest. Daniele Aloe, the rider to miss out there late on. He stayed out in slicks, as did Christian and Deepo Akbar. Julito Campion in 7th. Piero Ricciuti, Tras, you said he pitted too late, and he absolutely did. But he did regain some position, getting ahead of Galin Davi and Flavio Baldacci with extra rock bringing up the field.
Yes, it was the lap before. If he entered the lap before, it was like Jackhammer. So first, second, and third, we had a great battle at the end. I think that Piero Ricciuti could won. Yeah, if he entered the lap before.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see. Let's see in this final race, and everything can change.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing for Ricciuti, he's got to be thinking that if he had stayed out, he was running in P2.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a significant amount of points in his favour.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. He may not have got ahead of Turrisi, but there was always Mugello to come. We said championships are won by taking risks and calculated gambles. Turrisi took his, and it paid off. Jack Hammer took his, and it paid off. Unfortunately for Piero Rasciuti, it didn't quite pay off on this occasion, but anything is possible in the upcoming races. Let's take a look at some of the key moments then from that race. It was a wild opening lap and a half, I think.
Exactly
is the
as
only
you
way to
predicted,
describe
Chaz.
it. Piero Rasciuti dropping into second place because Davide Torrisi came flying out of the blocks from the second row to get the whole shot.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal start from Torrisi, exactly the kind of start that he would have been looking for. And here we are with Jack Hammer, who found himself slipping back a bit. And then that battle between Daniele Aloi and Piero Ricciuti, an absolutely incredible move there. We've seen it so many times over the course of this season. Piero Ricciuti just going down the inside there with phenomenal moves.
It was not easy there. It was not easy there.
No, not easy at all. And this was not an easy battle either. Adrian and Jack Hammer going toe-to-toe. Jack Hammer going right, a bit too wide though. At Garage Vert, Polito Campion, frustration etched across the rookie's face, just not going his way there. Piero Rasciuti, a penny for his thoughts right now, pissing for a bike swap when he was in P2 with just 2 laps remaining.
Wow.
What about that?
Look how close that was. Grassini's Jack Hammer with his first victory of the year. He took 3 in Milan last season. And look at the celebrations. Back in the fight.
Electricity. Yeah.
It's great to see this as well, this applause from Davide Torrisi. He knew that it was just a matter of milliseconds there, and it could have gone the other way, but Jack Hammer making that decision earlier just really paid off.
A word then for Torrisi, who has not been winning, but been on the podium in both races, doing what he needs to do, consolidating that championship advantage, particularly in race 2.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say to Torrisi having lost at the, well, he's not lost, he's on the podium, but at the very last second?
No, for me, he is very aware of his position now. Now there is the Mugello race. He's in pole position, really fast. So for me, he's really focused. And 2 podiums are great for him now. So
we focused a lot on Jack Hammer there, but we have to say as well, Davide, having stayed out, did so well to control the bike in those conditions because it was pouring down, wasn't it? I mean, you mentioned it a bit during the race, how difficult it is to actually control the bike when it's like that in those conditions.
Man, it's quite impossible.
It's not impossible, Torrisi did it.
Yeah. So, yes. Also brave they were, no? They've been very brave, so I don't know what to say. Yeah.
So let's take a look at the standings. 157 points now for Davide Torrisi. His advantage is 25 points still, but this time it's over Jack Hammer. Daniele Aloi 39 points behind in the bronze medal position with Piero Rasciuti. You can see how costly that decision was. He drops off the top 3 places now. Adrian in 5th, Christian 6th, Julito Campion in 7th. Then it is Deepo Akbar up to 8th position ahead of Flavio Baldacci. Il Galina Davi overtakes Exor Rock.
It's still up for grabs. There's still, it can go any way, and you can see the excitement there in the fans as well. This is just too exciting, I think, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. The fans are enjoying themselves as well, and why not? They've been treated to 2 brilliant races so far here in Milan. 1 more to come, and it is the title decider.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely incredible. And I think as spectators, we always hope it's going to go right down to the last race. And once again, it is. And that's just such a fantastic way for us to enjoy MotoGP esports, but also for our gamers to show their very best. The pressure now is going to be very high, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very high. It's very high. But you must be calm in this moment and try to don't distract bring your emotion out. So yes, it's normal. The last race, you want to start also as soon as possible. You want the light off for the final race.
So you, of course, are a 3-time champion. You've led the championship going into the final race on more than one occasion. What would your advice to Davide now be?
Davide is to be focused on his goal and on his skills, on his riding. Don't think to the other riders, to the other rivals, but do the same that he done at home. So it's not easy, but remain there and think in yourself. And the results coming.
Absolutely. So he comes into this one with a 25-point advantage. Remember, 50 points on offer in the season finale in Mugello. So, all to play for.
All to play for in Mugello, as you rightly say, Chris. Nestled in the Tuscan Hills, let's take a look at the circuit.
Autodromo Internazionale de Mugello. I hope my Italian was okay there.
Quite okay.
But when you think of
You can
iconic
improve.
racing destinations, guys, Mugello is one of the first to come to mind. From San Donato to Biondetti 1 and 2 and Bucchini, it is a circuit steeped in racing legend, and we're excited for what it holds for us in the final race of the season. And it is a circuit, of course, Tras, that you know very well. It's been on the calendar every single season, and from 29 to 2024 you were always on the podium, and from 2021 to 2023 you were a three-time consecutive winner here. What's the key point in Mugello?
The key points is to brake hard, so have a great setup and a great corner speed, but also not arrive wide in the first one and try to exit better from the other one, because all the track is a chicane, left, right, right, left, left, right. So you must be precise on the first corner to exit better on the first one, on the second one.
You're like a MotoGP rider there, just going through the track, I think. I mean, I think for a lot of riders, this is probably their favorite track. I mean, it's so beautiful. What's it like for you? Would this be one of your favorites?
Is the favorite. The
favorite.
I was living also there last year, yes, near Mugello, so I know it very well, and I won many times here, apart from one time. So yes, it's my favorite track. Really beautiful.
Favorite track of yours, and probably a favorite track of a lot of our riders up on stage. And that means it's time to go racing for the final time in 2025 in Mugello.
Davide Turisi, championship match point on offer here, and he goes from pole position ahead of Christian and, of course, Daniele Aloe. So that is a quality front row, and Turisi has the opportunity for the perfect start. Then it is Piero Ricciuti alongside the defending two-time champion Jack Hammer, who needs a win here for all intents and purposes. Adrian then closing out the second row. Our rookie Julito Campion heads up the third alongside Flavio Baldacci, who goes from the middle of that one. Deepo Akbar then on the outside of row 3, and bringing up the grid is Exor Rock and Tech 3's Il Galina David.
A sensational grid, and we're going to see them for the final time here go racing in 2025. The MotoGP Esport Championship is on the line as the lights come on.
And we are ready here in Mugello. It's lights out. A good start from the factory Ducati. Daniele Aloe to get into second position potentially, but an even better start for Davide Turisi as Piero Ricciuti comes charging through from the second row, and he begins his pursuit of Aprilia's Turisi.
Yeah, Jack Hammer's dropped down to 5th there, not the way he would have wanted to go after his performance last time out. What an incredible start. Turisi getting exactly what he wanted from this opening exchange in Mugello. He is leading. It's going to be very difficult to get past him in a circuit like this as well. Very difficult indeed, given how tough it is to overtake.
Yeah, great start now. Davide Turisi is leading, yeah, got the all shot, but Piero Ricciuti, I think that he will try to overtake also Davide, and Davide has to remain calm, no? Also the second position now is good for him, also because Jack Hammer is 5th, and yes, will be really, really interesting.
Interesting is absolutely the word. Turisi in pole position, from pole position here. It is going perfectly for the championship leader. A top 4 finish all but assures him of the championship. Jack Hammer essentially needs to win here if he wants to make it 3 in a row, but he's down in 5th position here and taking on the Italian guys at
what a
their
move
home
there.
circuit.
Loey on
And
Adrian.
it's an
What a
Italian
move
knockout
there.
of the podium.
Absolutely fantastic stuff from Daniele Loey. What about that for a move?
Yeah,
Yes.
crazy move also because it's difficult there. There is the carp, no? And the carp is really brave to go there with the front tire. So in the Biondetti, wow. Like Lorenzo and Marquez. I remember.
Lorenzo Marquez, yeah, well, we're seeing another Ducati now doing the business here in Mugello. Absolutely sensational. Now we are with Jack Hammer, very much in contention for the 2025 title. He's got 2 behind him, and now he's aiming for a
Adrian
third.
running wide. Adrian has run it wide there, and Daniele Eloy is back among the top 3 places, having briefly conceded it to the HRC rider. Piero Risciuti and Davide Teresi, 1 and 2 again. It's becoming the theme of the day. Is Risciuti finally going to get his move on the Aprilia rider? But look at that from the number 6, so smooth and so fast through the opening few corners.
Absolutely, and you've got Risciuti just so close as well, but he's got to have one eye even on Daniele Eloy, who's getting closer as well. But it looked at one point like Davide Teresi was going to be able to pull away these 2 behind him, Piero Risciuti and Daniele Eloy, and not going to let that happen. Is Risciuti going to try and make a move in? Not quite close enough. Where could the move come, Tras?
I think in the straight, he has to exit faster than Davide Teresi from the last corner, no, in the pushing. But let's see, it could happen also before. But I think that he must be intelligent.
Oh, here it comes, He's got the inside line. He's going to make it down. Risciuti has pulled off the intelligent move, as Tras was saying. Brilliant stuff from the Sierra Honda rider, as now Teresi is back into 2nd position. Is he going to fight back here to try and win the championship with a victory? Well, now Daniele Eloy is coming in to make contact.
It's heating up in Mugello in the Tuscan Hills, isn't it? This is absolutely incredible racing.
Eloy now has a great chance to arrive 2nd maybe, but no, he still take the slips in. Yes, second.
Yeah, Daniele Eloy is going for it. It looks like he's going to make a move into San Donato, and San Donato is the place he makes a move. Davide Teresi going for the wider line, and Jack Hammer's gone wide there in the background.
Is he going to be able to get through Risciuti as well? Not quite. Risciuti's just still edging ahead, but there are just centimetres in it between these opening 3. Daniele Eloy with the fastest lap as well. That was absolutely sensational from the Ducati rider.
Yeah, Daniele Eloy is on the march here. Can he catch Risciuti? If you're in Davide Teresi's shoes, Trast, what do you do here? Do you attack as he closes up on the back of the Ducati rider?
It depends, because I don't know, we have to calculate, no? He has to calculate, because Eloy now, if go to win the race, he has to attack to arrive 2nd, I think, no? But like this, I don't know, Piero with the championship, world champion, I don't know, he has to calculate, no? Because for me, if he will be the world champion like this, he can remain in the 3rd position. Is perfect for him.
As things stand, he will be the world champion.
Yes.
But Daniele Eloy does have an opportunity, of course, to win the title. If he can get ahead of Piero Risciuti, then he is in contention, and he needs a little bit of luck to fall his way. But look at this from Risciuti. Wow. This is pretty flawless, isn't it?
Yeah, and we have to remember as well, there is only about 0.4 of a second between Davide Teresi and Adrian, so he could find himself falling off the podium as well. And here we are with Jack Hammer, who didn't get away as well as he would have liked, but he's still just on the back of Adrian there, our 2 world champions on the grid.
There is a slight danger here, as you can see, behind Teresi, sitting in 3rd position and pretty content to do so. But Adrian and Jack Hammer are closing up.
Jack Hammer and Adrian
go wide there, and that's the curse of the commentator in full effect, it has to be said, because that has given Teresi some breathing room just as they were beginning to apply the pressure. Here we see the rider standings, and 31-point advantage, if my eyes don't deceive me, over Jack Hammer from Davide Teresi. So there would need to be a shake-up if he is to lose the title.
Jack Hammer needs to go for the win here. He needs to give absolutely everything he's got, which he, of course, is going to be doing. We can see the standings there again. Currently, as it stands, it would be Teresi who wins with just over half this lap, under half this lap left, this race left. And then Daniele Eloy, 31 points behind, tied with Jack Hammer behind Davide Teresi. Still so interesting with so much more to be done.
Absolutely. The intriguing subplot here is we saw Eloy and Jack Hammer are tied for points. So there could be a silver and bronze medal to decide here if more moves are to be made. Look at the focus on both their faces.
Adrian goes through on
Adrian
Jack Hammer.
fires his way past Jackhammer.
4 world titles in this image. 4 world titles.
Perhaps 5. Perhaps 5.
Perhaps 5. I hope no.
We just saw the focus on the faces of our title contenders there. Entirely concentrated on what's happening on track. It's absolutely incredible to see the level of dedication here. Adrian with the fastest lap now, and this battle
Look,
is
Jackhammer,
being absolutely incredible. Yeah, we saw Jackhammer there on the straight, and he has made the overtake there on Adrian and moves back into P4. But it is still Piero Ricciuti who leads.
Well, it has to be said, if Jackhammer is going to lose his crown, he is going down swinging. He is battling it out with Adrian and, of course, with the riders behind like Julito Campion and Christian. But look at the stuff from Turisi. It's just brilliant. Not as brilliant as Piero Ricciuti in this race, it has to be said. And Daniele Eloy with Ricciuti looking to open up a gap, which he has. But Turisi just happy to sit in third as he is on the precipice of the first world title.
Yeah, but for me, he has not to demonstrate his speed. No, he demonstrated on all the season. So for me, now he is doing a perfect day, and he stay there. No, just control the situation. So for me, it's what's happening?
Jackhammer and Christian go down.
That is over. That is over. Jackhammer, the defending two-time champion, has gone down, and you can see he's rejoining the race, but back in 9th place, battling with Galina David. So is that it? Is the Brit about to concede his crown? Look at the live championship standings. It is Turisi with that 31-point advantage over Eloy. Piero Ricciuti jumps into 3rd position with Jackhammer out of the podium places completely.
Yeah, it just goes to show how anything can change at any point in time. And there is Ilgalina Davi, goes through on Deepo Akbar. It could get worse as Jackhammer tries to go through as well. The VR 46 rider losing 2 spots in a matter of moments.
Deepo receive a lot of pain here, pain now. Poor Deepo. And now, yes, the position are more or less the same, the gap.
For these front riders, for the time being, Daniele Eloy in P2, just watching him there, Dominic Turisi behind as they look to catch up with Piero Ricciuti, but as you said, Turisi doesn't want to take any risks now.
No. And also Daniele on Piero Ricciuti, he's tried, but Piero Ricciuti is really fast and consistent in this last round, so he deserves this win if he will win. So let's see. These 3 Italian riders in the front, and this is really important for the Mugello race.
As you say, quite rightly, it's a home lockout for the Italian riders at the iconic circuit. But for how long? Adrian beginning to really apply the pressure on Turisi here. If Adrian does get ahead of Turisi and we see a Eloy close on Ricciuti, then the Casp is well and truly among the pigeons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could be interesting because Adrian always goes fast in this track. When we raced also together, we were there one chance to fight for the win. So Adrian knows very well how to go fast in Mugello. So let's see. Now, also Davide Turisi has a little bit of the slipstream of Daniele, so he's safe now.
Yeah, safe. Down into San Donato we go. He says he's safe now, but there is still, of course, another lap or 2 to go, and anything can happen, as we know too well in the MotoGP Esports Championship. We saw it in our last race. We've seen it across the Global Series so far. It's Daniele Eloy in 2nd place, Piero Ricciuti in a world of his own. But the battle for the podium here is still alive, particularly for this race and the championship standings, with Jackhammer looking to make up some lost ground after that crash earlier in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. Jackhammer's going to try and get back in there, but we're currently with Daniele Eloy in P2. He's been absolutely sensational here in Mugello. He's done so well to get into P2.
Also the Yamaha, the Monster Yamaha is there.
Yeah.
Fifth position with Julito Campeon was not too bad. Behind the Fantastic Four.
It's absolutely the Fantastic Four ahead. Good for the team colours, Yamaha, right?
Yeah.
New Fantastic Four in the MotoGP Esport Championship, of course. So Turisi there, smooth.
Adrian's getting
easy.
close.
And Adrian is still closing. Adrian would love to finish out his campaign with a podium. Didn't have a podium coming in to the Milan Game Week Series finale, but he got himself on it last time out, and he's looking for more.
Yeah, absolutely. You can really feel the hunger from Adrian. He's getting closer and closer to Davide Turisi, who, of course, can't take any risks on the Aprilia now. He's behind Daniele Aloe on the Ducati, and it is Piero Ricciuti who leads on the LCR Honda. Absolutely sensational stuff from the Italian throughout this entire race. He's got a bit of a distance there as well with the riders behind now. 1.6 seconds.
Yeah, on to the final lap we go then. Adrian, is he going to make a move on
Oh,
Turisi? He
Adrian!
absolutely is. High speed down into
All right,
San
white.
Donato.
White.
That is not
Turisi
easy to
comes
do.
back, though.
Turisi going to fight back. Not quite. He's off the podium, but he'll still be the world champion if things remain as they are.
Perfect move for Turisi, because if he cut the corner, no, and overtake again Adrian, go with the battle, and not good for him. So clean, perfect for him. Stay calm, no?
Absolutely. We take a look at the live standings on the last lap of the 2025 Esports Championship. Turisi has a 25-point advantage, but Daniele Aloe does need to catch Ricciuti, and Turisi needs to lose more places if there is to be a dramatic late change on title leader.
This is MotoGP Esports, though, and there are always dramatic late changes, whether it's in the race or in the championship standings. Turisi currently in P4, chasing down Adrian, but he's got to be smart, he's got to be collected, he's got to be calm, as we've heard from Trast over the course of the day, and from Valentino Rossi as well. Be calm, focus on yourself. He is, as it stands, our MotoGP 2025 Esport World Champion. Here in Mugello, there's no better place to be crowned for an Italian, and at Milan Games Week as well.
Yeah, the ideal situation now. Ricciuti looks like he has got this win well and truly covered off, and what a result it is for the LCR Honda rider. But as we are about to see it here, we come over the finish line. Piero Ricciuti is our race winner, and congratulations to him. But in P4, it is Davide Turisi, and he will be the MotoGP Esport World Champion 2025.
Where is he?
Absolutely incredible
He's
stuff.
ducked underneath the table.
Where are you going? Davide, here we are.
The title came back in Rome.
Absolutely
He's from
incredible.
The big thumbs up from Turisi. Slightly reserved celebrations now that he has come back above the table. I'm sure he had a moment to himself.
What a moment for Davide Turisi. He can barely believe it. Look at the emotion. It's absolutely incredible. Davide, you are the 2025 MotoGP Esport World Champion. It's absolutely incredible here in Milan. What a performance over the course of this campaign from Davide Turisi. He's been absolutely sensational. There's the hug then from a family member. There we have the confirmation in the graphic. 2025 MotoGP Esport World Championship. Another kiss for Davide Turisi, who's probably living the best day of his life.
Yeah, absolutely superb. Hugs all around. We can see disappointment on some of the faces of our gamers, but nothing as such on our new Aprilia superstar. Sensational. He has been brilliant all season. He came in before Global Series Round 3 season finale here in Milan. He had won 4 of the 6 races. He has not won a race here, but as Tresso rightly pointed out, he played his hand perfectly. He sat in the podium when he had to. He fell off the podium late on there with Adrian pipping him on that final lap, but he just sat in and collected the points, and now he collects the big prize.
Absolutely, from that opening Tissot sprint in Jerez all the way through to this final race in Mugello. It's been absolutely sensational from Davide Turisi, who's been fantastic from start to finish. Let's take a look at the race results then from Mugello, and what a race it was.
So confirmation of our final race of the season. Piero Risciuti is back on the top step. Utterly dominant, it has to be said, the Italian. Daniele Aloe on the podium, and a brilliant result for the Factory Ducati rider. Adrian, late move past Teresi, gets him his second podium of the campaign and his second podium here at Milan Games Week. Davide Teresi, our new MotoGP Esport World Champion, comes home in fourth. An impressive ride then from number 5, Julito Campion. Or number 2, Julito Campion in 5th. Then it's Flavio Baldacci, Jack Hammer in 7th, Christian in 8th, Galina Davi 9th, Deepo Akbar and Exo Rock bringing up the field. Let's have a look then of the championship standings. Confirmation. 183 points. Davide Teresi takes home gold. Daniele Aloe, silver. Piero Risciuti, the bronze medal, with Jack Hammer missing out. Adrian is up to 5th ahead of Christian and Julito Campion. Deepo Akbar takes 8th. Flavio Baldacci in 9th, with Galina Davi in 10th and Exo Rock in 11th. Now, we've seen him celebrate. Let's hear from our new MotoGP Esport World Champion, Davide Teresi. He is speaking with Connor.
That's absolutely right. And with our new 2025 MotoGP Esport World Champion, it's been such an incredible campaign. How do you feel to finally win the championship?
I'm very, very happy. The season is beautiful. The championship, amazing.
Do you have a favorite moment from the whole season?
I don't know. Sepang or first flag on Jack Hammer in the last lap.
It was absolutely incredible. We have the first reactions then from our 2025 champion, Chris.
Yeah, our first reactions then from Davide Teresi, clearly emotional. And let's take a look at those race 6 highlights from Mugello, where he was crowned our MotoGP Esport World Champion for 2025.
It was an absolutely incredible race, and it couldn't have happened any other way. We're in Milan, and we were racing in Mugello in race 6 in the MotoGP Esport Grand Final. It was a sensational start. Davide Teresi pulling away so incredibly well. Jack Hammer giving absolutely everything on the opening lap because he knew that this is what he needed to do if he was going to be within any chance of the title. Daniele Aloe also absolutely sensational, pulled into P3 there. Some fantastic moves. And then we saw Piero Risciuti once again on the inside of Davide Teresi. And it was just sensational all the way through. Daniele Aloe quick and tried to make a move on Piero Risciuti there, but Risciuti was absolutely sensational. Jack Hammer found himself slipping behind, a move on the inside there from Adriano Sandonato, and there we see Deepo Akbar and Galina Davi going through as well, and then Jack Hammer as well. It went from bad to worse for the Indonesian on the VR46 machine. Sensational stuff. Adrian as well, pulling through into the final podium position on Davide Teresi, and it was Piero Risciuti who won, but Davide Teresi who claims the 2025 MotoGP Esport World Championship title.
How about that, Connor? How about that, Trash? We have our podium finishers for 2025 proudly standing up here on the rostrum. What a race it was to decide. Now, we're going to hand out the medals. Trust will do the honors.
A first time for Trust, beginning with P3, our bronze medal. An absolutely incredible performance, and it is Piero Risciuti who claims 3rd in 2025.
In second place for the 2025 MotoGP Esport Championship is Daniele Aloe.
And the moment we've all been waiting for, the new trophy and our new winner in 2025 in MotoGP Esports is Davide Teresi.
What a moment for the young Italian from the Aprilia factory racing team. Let's hear it one more time for our riders, guys. A moment none of them will ever forget, isn't that right, Trask? What was it like from your experience the first time you stood up there?
Hey, it's crazy, no? You are world champion, and you are over the cloud, over the sky, over all. And yes, now the tension or the pressure went down, so he had to enjoy the moment and now realize what he'd done. So great, very beautiful moment.
Well, with that, I think we can finally bring the curtain down on what has been an absolutely incredible season in 2025 for MotoGP Esports. Of course, thank you to everyone here in Milan watching on, and of course, thank you to everyone at home watching or wherever you are. It's bye from me.
It's bye from me.
And for me, see you the next season.
We'll be looking forward to it. We'll be ready for 2026, but right now we have our new champion, Davide Turrisi.
You spend your whole life sitting on the sideline.